Today, we're going to talk about the art of self-sabotage in hopes of understanding the labyrinthine, transformative power of our minds a little better. Self-sabotage can feel like painting a masterpiece of chaos within oneself, where every brushstroke is a contradiction and every color bleeds into the next. Imagine this. What if everything you perceive around you, every sight, every sound, every sensation, what if the very reality that you have accepted to be the truth is merely a fabrication, woven by the intricate threads of your own thoughts? Now, at some point, we've all heard the words, "It's not real, it's all in your head, it's not true," right? But how accurate is this statement? Should we be so quick to dismiss something as unreal simply because it originates primarily from our minds? Now, delving into the complexities of human behavior, Sigmund Freud proposed the existence of two primal instincts. The first one being the life instinct, which propels us towards pleasure, and the other being the death instinct, which implies that the ultimate goal of life is death. However, towards the end of his life, he doubted this theory. This could be because embedded deep within our psyche lies an innate survival instinct, reassuring us that self-destruction isn't an inherent biological urge, but rather a socially learned behavior. When we generally talk about self-sabotage, we assume that it stems from a fear of failure, but it actually stems from a deeper dread. It's not the fear of failure, but rather the fear of success that drives you to such counterproductive actions. As a result of societal conditioning dictating our capabilities, where time and time again we're told about what we can and cannot do, it's no big surprise that you end up believing this to be your unchangeable reality. If you really think about it, external opinions, though often just confirmations of our self-perception, hold weight only because, in the end, they help shape our view of ourselves. Now, the human brain, as we know it, is a very silly yet paradoxical and multifaceted phenomenon. It wields immense power, capable of both harm and healing, depending on whether you manipulate it or it manipulates you. One way of leading your brain and your train of thoughts in the right direction is by understanding the concept of the placebo effect. Now, the placebo effect is more than just positive thinking. It's about forming a deeper connection between your body and your mind and the way they work together cohesively. A research study explored this idea by conducting an experiment where one group was given actual medication, the other was given a placebo or a fake drug, whereas the third group was given nothing at all. As a result, a whopping 50% of the participants experienced pain relief, not only from the drug itself, but also from the placebos. But wait, you and I both know that the placebos obviously did not treat the migraines medically, but it did have an effect on the symptoms modulated by the brain. This demonstrated the profound impact of perception on reality. Hence, bringing us back to our initial question. What really matters more? How others see the world, or what you consider to be the truth? Because sometimes, all that really matters is your perception of the situation. Regardless of whether it's right or wrong, how you look at a situation can dictate how you react to it. Now, let me ask you a quick question. How do you usually estimate a person's potential? How many of you say by their IQ? Raise your hands, please. All right, and how many of you say by their EQ or emotional intelligence? Well, you're all on the right track, because while a person's IQ and EQ certainly do contribute to their maximum potential, these are just the surface manifestations of one's abilities. We often forget to factor in the role of our minds and its self-destructive capabilities at times. Having potential and actually achieving that potential are two completely different stories. Elaborating on this point, Shreya Sharman proposed the Positive Intelligence Quotient, or PQ, which measures the percentage of time your mind is serving you as opposed to sabotaging you. So it's actually your PQ that determines how much of the said potential you actually achieve. Now, at times, you might find yourself indulging in subconscious and disguised forms of self-sabotage. This could feel like an undercurrent that whispers, "You're a fraud." For many people, accomplishing their goals is accompanied by a constant feeling of unworthiness. Now, as a student and a teenager, I'm pretty sure at least some of you have experienced this, because I know I have. Then there are people who might predict their failures preemptively in order to safeguard their self-image from the consequences of failure, inadvertently guaranteeing it. And on the other hand, success breeds complacency. This is called the inertia of success, which makes you resistant to change and new opportunities by keeping you tethered to past achievements. But as we discussed in the beginning, wanting to stick to your comfort zone is a natural tendency. But as a great philosopher once said, to exist is to change is to mature, and to mature is to go on creating oneself endlessly. Because in the end, overcoming a fear of success involves identifying societal impositions and recognizing that you secretly do believe them in order to embrace self-acceptance as the antidote to self-sabotage, thus extinguishing self-doubt. I'd like you all to take a second to acknowledge the fact that each and every person in this room has the immense privilege of being able to embark on the journey of self-discovery. Acceptance, confidence, and love that sustains us stems from embracing our unique histories. Everybody has a story to tell, and you have to accept yours, because that, my friends, is the only true eliminator of self-sabotage. And with that, I conclude my TED Talk, wishing you all the very best for your future endeavors. Let us embrace the magic that dreams bestow, and with each step we move forward, let our spirits grow. Thank you for listening.